Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
My DM full. A lot of people in my DM tripping about my shows in September because I go for my plea August 26th, but that ain't how I go in Fed court. Once you take a plea, your sentencing ain't till 2-3 months after that. So I'm gonna be at every show, of course. I mean, pool party still going on. Still gonna be crazy. Link in the bio for the tickets. But all my fans across the world, it's just a plea that I'm doing on August 26th. That's it, baby. So that's what I wanted to let y'all know. All my shows coming up, I'm gonna be at all my shows. That way.
Wow, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Boosie speaks out, giving people an update on his federal gun charges that he copped a plea to. Definitely, we want to get into that. OG, you there?
I'm right here.
OG, Boosie stepped up today and kind of gave us a real perception of what he's dealing with and what he's facing. You said that he got 24 months, and I get it. You know, you said that it didn't come out till later on. I heard you, but Boosie said he finna catch all his shows and he gonna do his thing. So I mean, you know, a lot of people jumped in the comments said how you know what he getting and about it is, and you know, but I mean, you doubling down.
I like the youngsters say, I said what I said. I didn't say he got 24 months. I said that his plea for the recommendation, you can't know what the judge will do. But I said that he wouldn't get any more than 24 months. That's what I said. And he just said that he's taking his plea on the 26th, and it take 2 or 3 months, as I said, before he has any sentencing.
Yeah, but the case carries up to 5 years, man.
So what?
How you know he gonna get 24 months? The case carries up to 5 years.
First of all, let me say this, and not in no due respect, in all disrespect. If you don't like what I said, meet me on Rosecrans.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is not what we're doing. I'm just.
Wait a minute. All this old protection talk about what I said and who shot John. Let's get this out the way. It's Friday.
Oh, it's Friday.
It's 84 degrees in sunny California. I'm in Babylon. I'm ready to get it cracking. So anybody that got
Whoa. It's Friday, man. I thought it would happen Friday, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look here. Thank God it's Friday.
Man, so OG, let's get all the way into it, man. I really do. I value your opinion and the things you say, because you've been through so much. You had a gun charge, you say, before, and you understand what he's up. Allegedly. Well, ain't that on record though, OG? If you had it,
but I went to court, went to trial in the feds, and got 12 people said I didn't do it. So I didn't have a gun charge.
Okay. So you was able to beat it.
I did not take a plea. I did not do anything. I fought interstate commerce under the commerce law, Operation Safe Streets, ex-con and a known gang member in possession of a loaded firearm in commission of a felony. That's what I was charged with. And I went to jury trial by one of the hell of his attorneys in California. You may have Milton Grimes. And Milton Grimes took it all the way to trial, and the jury found me not guilty.
Wow. So you, and so basically you didn't plea out, but since Boosie did plea out, the judge is the one that's going to be pretty much carrying out the sentence.
That's who's going to carry out the sentence. So he got to go through pre-trial probation. He got to check out, see what he's doing, how he's working, how he's doing this, how he's doing that, and bam. Then they'll make a recommendation. Since the prosecution took his plea, more or less the federal a prosecutor is going along with the plea, and he'll 24 months. That's it. That's all.
24 months. 24 months. He might get probation. Now that I think about it, because that 24 months can be done any kind of way.
But just a nigga with a gun, they gonna try to give you some time. I had a bank fraud in 2020 in the state of Oregon, and the sentence carried 5 years. I fought the case. They end up giving me 4 years supervised probation with no time. So it all depends what happens, how it happens.
Wow. So, OG, Boosie, he looks like he's pretty poised. He's smiling a little bit in this video. He's telling everybody that he will make his show dates. How influential is the internet on confusion when it comes down to when Boosie comes out and makes the plea to now, like to us seeing it, trying to understand what he's got going on, especially people who don't understand the legalities of it, and they're being just fans. And well, how important was it for him to say, "Hey man, I'm gonna be at every show. Hey man, the educational part towards its fans."
Well, what you're talking about, the internet and this podcasting, and once he take the plea, you're gonna hear from Rat 100 talking about he snitching. They called me this morning.
He got the call, huh?
He got the call. Yeah, they called me. He turned, but he ain't gonna never say who Boosie gave him up. But if you're gonna get these pirates that come in, jumping in and talking about business they have no privy to, just to get views and likes.
Wow. But again, he's a public figure, OG. So people are going to speak up and say this or say that. But again, how important was it for him to come out and really give you clarity to what he's facing so that he can keep his fans and his audience engaged? How important was that?
I mean, that's a big move for him, because you got the rumor mill, man. He going to jail. He ain't gonna do his show. So that means people's not gonna be going to his shows. So he got to keep his bank up, and for his followers, man. Next to James Brown and what's that boy? Look at California.
That's Frankie Beverly, yeah.
I mean, Boosie is the hardest entertainer in entertainment, right? He hit all the South. Most rappers, they ain't going to the South or going to Nebraska or going to these little towns. Boosie hitting them all, bro. And that's what makes loyal fans, I believe. I don't know nothing about the music business like that, but that's how you keep your core audience up. Other people, just these dudes is just like we were just talking about yesterday about how the music business is going in the venues and how streaming and stuff and it's taken out of the artist. The artist got to get back to work, get on the road, and go city to city and start making their banks, selling their merch. They got to do more physical engagement instead of being so lazy on this internet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to something you said early in conversation. You were saying that because he's already pled out to being guilty, that the judge will have to look at how he's been doing and all of the assessments of him carrying out his situation to get to that date where they's going to give him give him his whatever deal they're going to give him. We've seen him in those small towns in Ohio, in Nebraska, wherever he was at. We've heard of somebody got killed outside of the place. You defending his honor back then. You also heard one time a shot went off and he had to duck up out of there. Or a lot of this stuff was happening before or after he got to the venue, just because of people and their issues within these small towns. How important is it for him to not get himself caught up in too bad of situations with him having to go before the judge?
And there you go. There goes another in federal sentencing they determine it doing tiers. What likelihood are you a credit to society? What likelihood are you an asset or you're not an asset? So with this Okay, you have prior felony convictions. That puts you on another tier. You had this, you either went to school or you didn't go to school. And all of these things in the elements are sized up. But I really believe that he has all of that situated with his attorney where it won't go bad on him, because a lot of times, you can take a plea, and when the judge finds out that you've been to prison and you had prior gun charges, it can all go crazy,
Yeah, and just looking at Boosie and his whole brand and the way he moves and shifts. Let's go all the way in on the fact of Boosie has a tendency of doing all those shows and hustling like he hustled, but he also have a tendency to going and sitting down in front of Vlad and talking about what he's got going on. Do you feel like that's something that he should continue to do because Vlad paid him a pretty good bag and it keeps him having to go so much? Or should he fall back from that with him having to go before this federal judge?
Well, I don't like nobody to deal with a white daddy. So I'm just saying.
So should he? Oh, so you said he shouldn't? He should basically just do his shows.
Go and confide yourself in a white man when you got all these black podcasts, and I don't even like academic. I mean, I don't like him. I don't know him, but it's so many black audiences that you can go to. That why would you feel it necessary to go to this white man, Adam 12? No Jumper, all of these, parasites. Why would you deal with them? So,
well, they do. They're. It's been rumored that they're giving him a lump sum of money over there at Vlad. So, and that helps him to not have to go and run so much. I guess on the shows.
His lump sum of money ain't getting nothing compared to one show he do.
Okay, I follow you on that.
Vlad is not giving him no $10,000-$20,000 because he don't get that many views with Vlad.
Okay. What do you think about far as family go, and far as we talked about him. He's got a newborn baby. He's having to deal with the stresses of life. His son Tootie, he got baptized. His daughter, he got some entertainers in the family, really, and I like to see what he's got going on with that estate down there, as I keep saying, because I think it's so dope that he's probably one of the only guys I've seen go out and spend, I believe they said it was 88 acres and just build up for his kids and his family like he's done. I hadn't seen no other rapper, unless you can tell me different, that have went out and made, all these different homes and bought these acres and put his big house there and basically named streets after his kids and all. I hadn't seen that, happening. Yeah, that's something that's on another level. That's why I'm such a huge fan of him, being that he's, like I said, a product of the Pimp C movement. I'm a big fan of this guy. So, and I met him, I met Boosie years ago when he was doing Jewel House, the clothing brand, and he was dealing with, we was up in Vegas together. And I said, last time we was in Vegas, they said he was there. I didn't see him, but the people that worked for me said he was there. Remember, we kept hearing that.
Yeah, he was at the casino.
We was at the casino together, and I didn't get to talk to him. That was actually the time when I interviewed BG, and I know they was working on an album together, a project together. So, I knew he was in the area, been working on an album with BG, and I'd have liked to got to talk to him again because I hadn't spoken to him in years. I know you seen him down in North Carolina when y'all was down there, and he's just been a dude that I've always looked at as a dope dude, man. Represent the South to the fullest, and the way he came in the game. And the way he demanded that respect and wore all them damn heavy necklaces on his neck. His whole damn neck was about to fall off back when he first started. He had to have on so much jewelry just to convince people who he was. People didn't realize that. But he would wear that jewelry and just for people to look and say, oh, that's Boosie, And when he was in New York or when he was on the West Coast, he had a gang of jewelry on. But the music didn't let us down. Him and Webby did such a dope thing, man. And they streaming, and now they Webby's still doing shows. He doing shows. But when you look at Boosie going to sit down at this age, even if he did 2 years battling diabetes, beating cancer like he did, getting shot in the leg, just needing that special attention and that treatment, I just don't know if them infirmaries do it for me. You know, them infirmaries are hell, OG. I hate having to deal with that. Now, where he's going, you say it's like a country club, right?
Initially, if he goes to North Carolina, it's a camp facility, and it's real. I mean, he's in a plush environment. I mean, he don't have to do anything. He ain't got to eat their food. He can do a year of cleansing and getting his body together and just getting herbs. He ain't got to go through no stress when you locked up. You stress free.
Yeah, but it's still, it ain't that stress free. You want to go home, man, and you got babies, and you got a baby mama out here. Baby mama out here, she running around driving your cars. I done been there, OG. When they driving your cars around, you locked up, you can't get to them.
You didn't have proper preparation. You was dealing at hockey. You was dealing time by time.
Man, go over there and get my car, man. That girl got that nigga in my car, man. Got my baby in that car with that nigga, man. Go get my car, man.
You understand? They say when the cat's away, the rats will play.
Yeah.
So there we go with the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Somebody said you knew them P's. You popped them P's on them earlier in the comments. I said somebody knew about them P's. OG putting them P's down.
Man, I'm telling you, Islam is life. You got to get with the foundation. You ain't got to love it, but you got to live it.
Wow.
So you need a foundation, and so with Boosie, I believe he's grounded enough to make sure that in these little time shit, and that's the best time in the world. Nobody want to be putting up with no crying ass baby.
Oh, gee, I'm finna get off here. Every time you go there, I got to get off of here, man. Listen, guys.
I don't mind getting them pregnant, but I ain't waking up in the morning
Say, man, look out, man. I hear you, bro. So, man, thank you so much, man, OG, man. Y'all heard what OG said. He's doubling down. He's still facing up to 24 months. He said he ain't backing down. Well, he said what he said. Come on, Rosecrans. But also, guys, he also gave us some real dope things about the intricate things of what Boosie is facing and him showing up to those shows, man. But guys, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Guys, download that app right now, bosstalk101.app. We're giving away special prizes this month that's going to equal up to at least $400 to $500. I'm sending the package out. I done figured it out in my mind. That's what I want to do. We're going to send out a care package to some lucky person, and I'm about to start trying to figure out who it's going to be. We're doing them lives every Tuesday. Make sure you guys watch, getting those lives. You'll get the information. We're about to send out something and bless somebody. Me and OG probably pull up on them and hang out with them for a little bit or something. Who knows, man? We'll fly into wherever you're at. But at any rate, guys, let's do this, man. If you're still watching, guys, make sure you watch this next clip, man. Susan Hutton is going through it right now, and OG spoke on it earlier. And basically, you got to check it out because we don't know if she's going to be there working at Walmart in that Walmart courtesy line. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.